There's one thing about the Mazda CX-5 that always makes people fall in love, and another thing that always leaves people skeptical. For years, the CX-5 has been known as the most driver-focused SUV in its class. Its design is elegant, its handling is sharp, and its interior feels more expensive than its price. But with every generation, the same question always pops up in the comments section. Why hasn't Mazda fixed this? And now, in 2026, it seems they finally listened. When you see the latest CX-5 in person, the first impression isn't the revolution, it's a mature evolution. Mazda's signature Kodo design language is still very much present, but the lines are cleaner, the proportions are a little more defined, and the look is more mature. The front grille looks wider and more confident, the headlights are sharper, and the overall silhouette feels more premium without losing its identity. This isn't a car trying to be overly futuristic. This is a car that knows it's already attractive and just needs to be refined. And perhaps that's the same philosophy Mazda applies to its most criticized areas. Once inside the cabin, the changes are even more significant. The dashboard layout is now more modern, the infotainment screen is larger and more responsive, and the integration feels more natural. It no longer feels like a system that's a generation behind. This is what many people have been waiting for. The interface is more intuitive, the resolution is sharper, the connectivity is more comprehensive, and most importantly, the user experience feels much more seamless than the previous generation. Mazda didn't just enlarge the screen, they refined the system logic, and that's a big difference. The interior materials remain one of the CX-5's main strengths. Soft touch finishes are present in many areas. The stitching is crisp, and the color combinations are tasteful. Not flashy, not overdone, elegant in a calm way. Sit in the driver's seat, the seating position feels natural. Visibility is good, the steering wheel feels good in the hands, and the ergonomics are typical Mazda, made for people who truly enjoy driving. So what about the driving experience? This is why many people still choose the CX-5 even though competitors offer more features on paper. Mazda has always had a unique character when it comes to handling. The steering is communicative, the body control feels more controlled than other compact SUVs. There's a sense of connection between driver and car that's rare in this class. In 2026, that character remains, but now it's wrapped in better damping. The cabin feels quieter, the suspension feels more refined without losing precision. This is important because some people have considered the CX-5 a bit firmer than its Japanese rivals. Now, Mazda seems to have found a more mature balance between sportiness and comfort. And if this is what they finally fixed, then it's no small change. Under the hood, the engine choices remain focused on efficiency and linear response. Acceleration isn't brutal, but it feels smooth and consistent. The transmission is responsive without feeling aggressive. This isn't an SUV that's trying to be the fastest in its class. This is an SUV that wants to feel right. And for many, that's more important. But let's be honest, in the compact SUV segment, the competition is brutal. Safety features, large screens, panoramic roofs, and hybrid systems are all key strengths. Mazda has often been praised for its driving feel, but criticized for its lagging infotainment technology and less spacious rear seats than some rivals. If Mazda truly improves the infotainment system and increases rear cabin space and comfort in 2026, one of its biggest weaknesses will be eliminated, and that will significantly change the CX-5's positioning. Because imagine this combination: premium design, best-in-class handling, a high-quality interior, and now more competitive technology. It's no longer an emotional choice, it's a pleasurable, rational choice. The 2026 Mazda CX-5 feels like a fully mature product. It no longer feels like an almost perfect but with one flaw SUV. Now it feels more complete. of course, it all comes down to price. If Mazda can keep pricing competitive, the CX-5 will be one of the most balanced packages in its class. And perhaps this is the moment when Mazda stops being just an attractive alternative and starts being a mainstream choice. The question now is no longer whether the CX-5 is fun to drive. That's clear. The question is, after these improvements, is there still any reason not to choose it? Because if its biggest flaws are fixed, all that's left are its strengths. And those strengths have long put smiles on people's faces behind the wheel. The 2026 Mazda CX-5 isn't about dramatic, sweeping changes. It's about listening, about perfecting, about finally fixing the one thing that has always been talked about. And maybe that is the most important change.